Good evening, everybody. Welcome to, I think I've picked up about 400, almost 100 subscribers over the last couple of weeks, ever since I did the video about Tommy Robinson. Right, now, I know he's gone to prison. I know that. I didn't think he was going to go, but if you want to look back on that video, I did say there was a way of getting out of it. It's my understanding, and you please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. My understanding is that Tommy refused to apologise and he refused to take down the video that caused all this controversy in the first place. The video is called Silenced. You can watch it on X. And he refused to take it down in exchange for a lesser or more lenient sentence. So kudos to him for sticking to his guns. I applaud somebody who, whether you agree or not with him or anything that he says, it makes no difference. This man sticks to his morals. He clearly believes in what he's doing, and good on him. So Tommy's been arrested, or not arrested, he's been sentenced to 18 months in prison. And he's been sent to a high security prison. And the other day there was some worry that Tommy was going to go into general population, where there are a lot of jihadist gangs, and he would have died, he would have been killed. But as a result of thousands of people emailing the prison governor, they decided to keep him on this particular part of the prison. And I believe it's where Julian Assange was kept for so many years. Today, they've moved him. And they've moved him to, I can't remember the name of the prison, but I think it's in Milton Keynes somewhere. And I believe it's the prison where he was viciously attacked. He was locked in a room with some very nasty individuals who beat him within an inch of his life. He's back there. And I believe he's on the block, which means he's in the punishment block. So my original video that I wanted to put up was, will Tommy be safe? And I don't think I ever even answered that question with the cards at that point in time. I think he was going to be safe, but a bit battered and bruised. Well, a bit battered and bruised worries me now. Now the energy's changed. So I'm reading the energy of, now Tommy's been moved to this other prison, which is category B prison. I believe there are still some very horrific violent criminals in that prison. Bearing in mind Tommy's in prison on a civil case, not a legal case. So he's not a criminal, it's a civil case. Although he's classed as a criminal because he defied the court by showing the film. Anyhow, so I've been shuffling. I'm doing Silicon Way's The Shimmering Veil Tarot today. I get a lot from this, the imagery in these cards. So I don't know, I've got a feeling that this moving prison is not just move the ones that I believe they're going to move Tommy often. And I don't know why. So, first of all, I want to know, what do I want to ask? I need to ask a precise question in order to get a precise answer. Is Tommy Robinson going to survive this? Because people are worried that Tommy may not survive this time in prison. Will Tommy? And it's as dire as that. Will Tommy survive? We've got the Emperor, which is a good sign, because the Emperor is someone who's the master of his own destiny, someone who can take control of situations, someone who can, someone who's in charge of his life and takes responsibility for the lives of others too. So he's showing up as the Emperor. But I want to know, is he going to survive? That's what he is now, or what he's been in the past, or what's happening with Tommy now. So the Emperor's the past. Is it the past? Yeah, the Emperor's the past. I'm not taking... Look at this, look. I'm not taking all them. How is Tommy at this moment in time? What's his mental state like at this moment in time? This feels all over the place. I'm feeling all over the place, like as if I'm taking in a lot of information all at once and trying to tactically. Yeah. So it's the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is going through some pretty stormy thoughts, trying to rationalise, put things in perspective, make some things logical. He's going through a very illogical phase in his brain right now. He's feeling, I mean, who wouldn't? If you feel like someone's about to attack you and you might not survive the night, you are going to be pretty mentally illogical. He's sorting through the thoughts right now. It's quite a stormy mental process. It's quite tormented. I mean, that's no surprise, anybody could have guessed that one. So, is this going to calm down? Will he be able to rationalise his situation and be able to strategise his next moves? I've got two. I've got Temperance and I've got the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm going to take the Nine of Pentacles first. The Nine of Pentacles is quite self-sufficient. He's able to deal with his own material world. He's able to source food. He's quite solitary because the Nine of Pentacles is the single lady card, if you like. Is quite solitary right now. And then the next one is Temperance. Keeping an even balance. He's right now, he's emotionally all over the place. His mind's racing at 1,000 knots. And so, which is a far cry from being the sturdy person who knows where he's going, knows who he is, knows where he wants to go, can bring people with him. Right now is irrational, is emotionally distraught. I would say he's distraught. But typically the Six of Swords is sort of the process, and at the other end of that process is calmer waters, and this is what this is depicted. Although his mind is going 10 to the dozen, in reality he is able to be self-sufficient. He can be self-sufficient. In reality he is actually self-sufficient and able to keep his mind on an even keel. Temperance is about taming and labelling. It's about everything in moderation. It's all about taking things a step at a time and seeing both sides of an argument. So on the one hand, you might be thinking, Christ, I'm going to watch my back because if they move me out of this particular area, somebody could jump me, and I've got to be aware of every angle of every area that anybody can come at me. And if they're moving me all of a sudden without any warning, where they're going to send me next. I think they are going to be sending him here, there and everywhere over the next 9 months, because he's not going to do 18 months, he's going to do 9. And you can play with a person's mind very well in 9 months. In reality, he needs to keep a level head, understand that he is able to fend for himself, basically. And he needs to keep all things in moderation, keep a balance, keep his mind balanced. And he's able to do that. He's able to do that. He needs to take a step back. What's going on in your mind is different to what's going on in reality. This mind thing is to no surprise. However, so when your thoughts are racing, and you see, the thing is with this, it feels like there's a bit of fear. Well, there's quite a lot of fear with this. It feels very fearful, and fear is an emotion that can literally ruin your physical health. So if you're a fearful person, it will scientifically lower your immune system. Fear will stop you from thinking rationally. So it needs to get out of the fearful mindset. But right now, I ain't blaming him for being in that mindset. So where he is now to where the situation, but where is he going to end up? Out of this situation, and in reality, he's able to do something about it. Will he be able to do something and successfully complete his sentence unscathed? Will Tommy remain unscathed in prison? I've got a bit of a shiver, and I keep coming back to that image of that that Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. Is it in this pile? Let me see if I can find this Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's here. So I keep getting this image from the last video, the wounded warrior. If you look at this, defences are up. Defences are up. Quite rightly so. His defences need to be up. He's in bloody prison, for Christ's sake, and he's in prison with violent criminals. So his guard's up. His guard is up. But this is the image that I'm seeing. And he is battered and bruised. I think he's going to get a kicking. Is Tommy going to get a kicking? So we've got Page of Cups. That's an apology. And he's got the Tower. I think right now my initial gut feeling with that, as soon as I saw that, was somebody's going to give him a kicking, and then he's going to be given an apology and released. But it was that way around. So we had the apology first and the Tower second. Let me clarify. Which came first, please? The chicken or the egg? Tower or Page? So is he going to get a kicking in prison? Got the Empress. No, he's not. I think someone's going to attempt to jump him, or will jump him, and it'll come out of the blue. It'll be when he's least expecting it. But then there are people in there that have got his back. So the Empress is the nurturer. The Emperor is the Emperor's Persephone, if you like. If you know the Greek myth of Persephone and Hades. Demeter, which is Persephone's mum. Demeter was the Empress, was in charge of the harvests and the summertime growing and everything blooming. It's almost as if he is going to be nurtured. He will get an apology. He'll get a very grovelling apology, and he will be then, from then on out, be looked after very well and nurtured when he's inside. But something's going to kick off beforehand. Something is going to kick off, but that will kickstart the recognition that you just cannot ride roughshod over people, and he will be then protected and nurtured in prison. Fucking hell. Excuse my French. I'm tired. Right, I think I am gonna go to the ordinary right away. I'm just gonna lay these out in the order that they came out. Them two, them two, them two, them two, and them three. So I want clarification for this tower. Is it going to be a kick-in, or is it just going to be like? Because sometimes the tower can just be like a bolt from the blue. It could be a message out of nowhere. It could be the realization. It could be someone waking up and awakening. It could even be, this stupid as it sounds, this could even be a politician who finally grows a pair and starts to starts to advocate for him publicly rather than denigrate him as a far-right football hooligan who's never going to amount to much, and we're not going to take him seriously because he's a big fat liar. That's the rhetoric from all the politicians right now. This could even be a politician that puts his head above the parapet and says, you know what, we're not taking this shit anymore. You can't keep doing this kind of shit to people who haven't committed any crime against any person. Is he going to get a kick in? Let me just do a bit more shuffling, and then because these aren't shuffled right. I can't feel that they're shuffled right. I know this feels all over the place, and I do tend to take on the energy of the person I'm reading with tarot, and I know this might be quite scatty, but I do tend to take on that energy, and so I do tend to emulate that sort of scattiness. But there is a lot of, my head's all over the place, so this is his energy right now. He's all over the place. And right now, what Tommy Robinson needs is a fucking big, fat, massive break. And if it hadn't been for his supporters, he would have been put down the block in the punishment ring at Belmarsh, which is no fun, let me tell you. Or he would have been put in general circulation with all the jihadi Johns. And he wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes because his jihadi gangs all over British prisons. And this latest one that sent him to is no different. So, right, is he going to get a kick in? Look at that. The Empress. The Empress. He's been the Empress twice. He's been nurtured and looked after. And he's got the Knight of Wands. And he had I think he had the Knight of Wands in the last one. The Knight of Wands is trying to tell me something. What are you trying to tell me? I think this is a politician. I think this is a politician who's going to come in. I think these two is a politician or somebody of quite high standing who is well respected, who the media and others will listen to. And you know, the feeling is it's only going to take one person, and the rest of them will the rest of them will follow suit. And I do believe it's got something to do with the disenchantment of this current government. And it doesn't take much. Media are very fickle people, aren't they? It doesn't take much for them to turn on somebody. Right now, Tommy Robinson has been a figure of hate and disdain amongst the media and the political classes. I think someone, a youngish man in his early 30s, I would say, is going to come in and make a stand and say something. And all the media not wanting to go against that particular person, it could be a politician, it could be a very famous person that everybody looks up to, is going to stick up for him. But, and as a consequence, he will be looked after. What that means, looked after, I don't know. But if he's got safety and he's got decent food, and we had that one again and it flew upside down again, putting down his heavy burden. But I want to know, is he going to get a kick in? I want to know what to expect. And we had that one again and it flew. Magician is telling me the same story. This is telling me the same. Oh, I've got a shiver. Okay. Right, his guys are with me. And these are some of the cards. I'm sure these are some of the cards that came out last time. And it's telling me the same story. And I'm not getting it. Somebody is coming in to his rescue. A young man in early to mid-30s. The weapons are going to be put down. His burden's going to be put down. And see, the magician can be somebody with all the tools, or it can be a trickster. But I'm not getting trickster from this. It's almost as if this is finally the narrative is getting flipped. And it might be because the politicians can see, the public can see straight through the shit that they've been pumping. And this one was also, and this one flew. This was also and he will be keeping on top of things. Still be fighting some people back. But why aren't you going to tell me? What's that one? All the same cards are coming out. It's going to be all right. Can't even do Hierophant. The establishment. This is teachers, lawyers, politicians, church leads, the establishment. What about the establishment? What about the establishment? What are they about to do? They're about to shut the fuck up. Go within and think about. Right, I'm getting this image in my head of, you know, when you've got little kids and they've been naughty and you go, I want you to go away and think about what you've done. This is the establishment rethinking. And then what? And then what? Page of Cups. Apology. Where's his other Page of Cups? Page of Cups. I told you. There's going to be an apology. Might not be now. Might not be in the next month. Might not be in the next 6 months. But I'm telling you now, this is coming. Sure as eggs, this is coming. In the meantime, Tommy's in a precarious position. He might get his head kicked in. He is going to... Or is he going to... I want to know. See, the thing is, This isn't telling me that he's going to survive. This is telling me there's an apology coming. People are going to think twice about things in the future. What is Tommy going to be all right? Four of Pentacles is about hanging on to stuff. That's not telling. It's like hanging on to stuff. It's hanging on to material stuff. It's like hanging on, but that's not telling me anything about Tommy. That was in the last one. This isn't funny, there. You can't just keep giving me the same cards. Hanging on, he's going to have to hang on to something because somebody, there's like a victory here, but it's a hollow victory. It's like, this is my Thief in the Night card and I can't quite work out. I get you. So there's going to be an apology. Some things can't be seen yet. There is going to be an apology. But Tommy's not stupid and he knows he's got to hang on to everything that he's ever worked for, because these apologies might be slightly empty and it might be someone who's just riding on his coattails for the shits and giggles and any money they can get out of it. And Tommy's not stupid. He knows it. In the meantime, is he going to survive? He's going to get out and he's going to start from scratch. A brand new person, not giving a shit about what anybody else thinks about him. Tommy Robinson is going to be Tommy Robinson and he's going to do Tommy Robinson while ever he's got a hole in his arse. He's going to do what he does. Unapologetically be him. He's going to be fine. Whoa, that went round houses, didn't it? Anyway, I'm off. I might just do, I have had a bit of a thing all day. It's been Tommy Robinson and Trump and Kamala bloody Harris. So I might just put these cards, retire these cards for a week or so, get another deck out and do, who's it going to be, Trump or Harris? And see if my cards are right. And see if my interpretation's right. If I'm wrong, I'll stand hanging. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you later. Ta.